that was that was a great game down the stretch, right? Like Hawks versus the Suns, 122, 117 win, back up above 500. Um, yeah, so first things first, game gets canceled because of the snow down in Atlanta versus the Bulls, I think it was. First game back off a homestand, so it's like, dang, really wish you could have got that homestead out because you got two games and then you on the road again. So it was like, all right, we got a one game homestand. Being back home, you was all snowed in and all this other stuff. Phoenix comes back to town. You just played Phoenix on like Friday. And so it's like, this might be a tough game, tough matchup, back to back type shit. Man, Hawks came out 33-point first quarter. Trey's cooking, right? Trey is cooking. You like, yo, he's gonna have him a night. I knew we were in some trouble strictly based off the fact of like Reese got into Z Reese, he got into foul trouble quickly. Clint didn't play as much as you would think he did, and then we were down Dre and Jalen, right? So it's like, yo, we're short bodies. Dre and Jalen being out means like we do not have point of attack perimeter defenders, right? So like we just going to like try to run a gun out score you, and I figured we was gonna have to score 120 to win this game. Both teams came in at 500, right? So it's like kind of a real tipping point of the season. So first half, we in the first half up, I think it was seven. I think it was seven. We in the first half up. Either way, we was up at the end of the first half. Going into halftime, you you're able to be you're able to be like real smooth with the transition from okay, we're going to be a team that's real defense oriented, not down timely shots to like, yo, we're running gunning for the most part, right? Now you get into the third quarter, and all those defensive lapses show so freaking heavily, bro. And they erased that lead, right? They erased that lead quickly. The fact that we left the third quarter, I want to say up two, it was either tied or up two, is crazy work when you watched how they came out in that third quarter, right? I think they went from down seven to up nine, right? They completely wiped the slate of anything that we had going on. Went up nine, we end up storming back, real heavy Trey, gonna get into him. And then the fourth and no, gotta talk about the third quarter. KD is a monster. He missed one shot in the third quarter, and it was like late in the third quarter. Really had no answer for him. Heading into the fourth, close game, able to pull away, Trey big shot down the stretch. That's pretty much the story of the game. Now getting into the meat and the nitty gritty. So first off, first things first, Trey, right? Trey is freaking awesome and like gunner today. So no Dre, no Jalen, right? Ain't had Jalen for a minute, really hoping he can come back strong, come back in a strong way. And Dre was a real late scratch. Like if you was on DraftKings or FanDuel, like he may have like messed some good stuff up for you because he was a real late scratch, like warm ups. Said he was feeling some tightness in his left foot, soreness in his left foot. I mean, they called him out. Um, so that even like changed up the game plan. Man, Trey came out swinging, and it's what you love to see. It's what you love to see by your star, really your leader of the team, but also your main offensive engine, right? Like Trey's calling for the ball. He's going off ball, coming off screens. He's bringing the ball up, shooting consistently. Trey is like he's good. Now, with that being said, Trey had 43 points. I want to say he had 40 on 30 shots, and then he missed the layup. So he had 40 on 31. He may have 43 on 32 if he didn't get the last couple at the line. And he played 38 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So that's not even like that's not a crazy high number, right? So like he still had 10 minutes of rest and they spaced it out pretty good. We were able to stay afloat without him. But you know, he was gunning. And then I think he was on like 13 for 30, right? So like 32 of your 43 coming because he was 50% from three. He was 6 to 12. He was 50% from three. You know what I'm saying? And then like 7 2-point buckets. So that's 14 plus 18 is 32, ain't it? Yeah, it's 32. 32 of your 43 is not bad. It's not a bad percentage at all. That means you only got 11 from the line. And if I'm not mistaken, like the last three, the last 3 4 points had to be like those garbage time fouls type things. So really, 7 or 8 of them points came from the line. That's a good mix, right? If you didn't take 30 shots, but if you really look at it, Trey has hovered around 18 to 24 shot attempts. You know what I'm saying? So like he upped it by 6 or 7 because like who else gonna take those? Especially, bro. Bogey was off tonight, man. And like he ended the game with 9 points in 26 minutes. Like, yeah, bro, Bogey was off tonight. Um, I want to say he was like 3 for 9, 3 for 12, 3 for 9, or 3 for 10. It was rough, man. And it's like Bogey was missing. Now Garrison was on, and then V hit some good shots, man. I honestly think he's gonna be part of the rotation. Now let me talk about somebody who had a hard night. Boy, Zach had a hard night, bro. Zach had a hard night, bro. It was tough for him. I expected him to have a real big role with Dre out. Um, and it seemed like at first he was going to be tentative. He wasn't going to be as aggressive defensively because you understand you didn't have a lot of like defensive bodies behind you. But like, KD put him in a mixer, was getting him in foul trouble. He had 4 fouls early in the third, and did we see him again? May have saw him in spot minutes. I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see him again. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I go back and look at football tape constantly. Basketball tape, I usually don't go back and look until like the week's over, and then I'm really only looking at sets. Breaking down each and every basketball game is way too hard. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't have enough time to do that. So it's just like looking at sets, looking at like flows of our offense. YouTube has great cutups. I already pay for NFL Plus. I'm not paying for League Pass just to get game tape. Like, no. YouTube has cutups of every game almost right after every game. You know what I'm saying? So like if you wait like 3 hours, Hawks Suns will be up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you. You can pause it, rewind it, look at all the actions as much as you want to. Or you can just wait for a couple of days and then they'll have a cut up of this week and you can compare it to like old jazz sets and whatnot, and is beautiful, right? So you can see how how Coach Snyder has evolved over time. But regardless, Roddy got in. He is who he is, right? Clint did not play as much as you think he did tonight, and that's because Big O had a 2020 game. Now I'm not one of them people that's gonna call for Clint to be shipped out of town. If Clint does leave, Clint will leave, right? I think him and Bogey are trade assets, right? And coming into the season, I'd have been like, what is Garrison Matthews doing on our roster? He is shown to be a consistent shooter. Yeah, he had 4 or 5 fouls tonight. So like he's a willing defender. Can he defend without fouling all the time? I'm not gonna lie to you, they pick on him a lot, and so possibly not. How much of a liability is he in a playoff series? Well, is yet to be seen, but we can kind of cross that bridge when we get there. He is a consistent shooter. He does stick his nose in there on defense. He understands the sets and rotations. Trey tonight, just quick note. I have been a Trey truther when it comes to the defensive side, and what he does defensively. Tonight was a bad defensive showing for Trey. I'm not gonna lie to you. He got lost in a lot of rotations. He was late to a lot of shooters. Um, And it was kind of disappointing considering how well he had been playing defensively. Now, with that being said, I definitely think with two of your main offensive pieces out, he definitely had to revert back to 2019, 2020 Trey, who was solely focused on offense and not really trying to expend that much energy on the defensive end. So I'll kind of give him a pass tonight, but we'll see if this trend continues. I think when he doesn't have the full offensive load, it allows him to be far more engaged defensively. Continuing on. Yeah, so Big O had a 20 and 29. Does he give you those numbers if he's starting, if he's playing 35 minutes consistently? Because he got you a 2020 in under 30 minutes, which is bananas. But if he's playing 35 to 39 minutes consistently, does he give you those numbers? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? He is an effort and energy guy. And effort and energy down the stretch is what killed the Suns. They look like pretty boys. They look like they wasn't looking to dive on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Brad Bill twisted his ankle up pretty good, but like there was a bunch of times Plumlee, KD, they're just watching the ball get rebounded right by him. You know what I'm saying? So I was excited about what the team was able to do with two of their main guys out, and hey, can't wait to see what's next. Who are we playing next? I know we play on Thursday. No, we play tomorrow. It's a back to back. Yeah, we play the Bulls. So we missed the Rockets game. The Rockets game was postponed. We play the Bulls tomorrow night. I will be here tomorrow night giving you the game after, giving you the recap after the game. Me and boy Q City. I'm out. Peace.